Zimbabwe is going to have to make an official request to the United States, and they've indicated that they want him extradited. And the request will either go to the State Department, and then the State Department will confer with the Justice Department, or Zimbabwe could, if they prefer, could speak directly to the Justice Department. At that point, what happens is an initial legal review, and the United States officials will need to determine whether or not the crime that he's been charged with is a crime in both countries. If it's a crime in Zimbabwe and the allegations also constitute a crime in the United States, and it's considered a sufficiently grave crime, and that means something that could be punished by at least a year in prison, then a formal extradition request could be considered. But just because an extradition request is sent from Zimbabwe doesn't necessarily mean that the United States will grant it. Well, I think that there's two levels, right? So the first is he can lobby the Justice Department and he can lobby the State Department, or his lawyers can, and ask them to, to block the extradition request and to not comply with it. But assuming that the State Department and the Justice Department decide that they want to comply with the extradition request, even if that happens, Palmer's lawyers still have an avenue available to them, which is they can fight extradition after he's been arrested in the United States. The process for him is that he would be arrested, he'd be brought to a local court, and at that point, instead of waiving extradition, he could contest it, and he could say that there's some defect in the process.